Okay, so Stairway to Heaven starts
Zoom right
from,
whatever you want.
if I can get the, there we go, brightens up. So the campground is actually right over here, just on the other side of these power lines that you can drive up to there. And you climb these friction slabs.
Point, zoom in on them, because I don't know
Yeah,
what
look at
friction
the,
slabs are.
well, all of this, I don't remember exactly the, like where the bolt line would go here, but these are all bolted lines. And you sort of ride up into this tree line a little bit, and you dip in and out of it. And you go behind it. Actually, I remember being in behind that notch there. And you go up in this way. And I'm a little lost here, but I think we were sort of just actually riding the line on the horizon.
Even closer if you want.
I wonder if we can see bolts. Man, the zoom on this is nuts. So...
Back up a little.
Yeah. But again, I don't remember exactly where it goes, but like generally you're sort of actually riding the ridge line a little bit. And you can sort of go in and out of the trees. It looks like it's one line of trees, but they're actually quite staggered.
Nice and slow.
Hold on, I'll do it my way. Okay, so as you get to the top, I think we would duck out onto the face and do a couple of traversing pitches. In fact, you can see some of these striations. At some points you're actually walking on those, and you sort of don't really have hands. You sort of step on them and sort of just smear your way across. Not necessarily this one, but just to show as an example. And you do end up out on this tree line. Sorry, I think I'm too high. I can't tell. I am too high, aren't I? So there is everything, so up to that point. And we end up joining with this black dike, which in itself is one route, which just follows this weakness all the way up.
That's
the route,
a route?
Yeah, that is a route called the Black Dike.
Wow.
We join with it later, but I want to say this one right here is actually, yeah. You step out into this. I could be looking at the wrong crack, but this looks almost exactly like what I remember. And you sort of sling tree roots and go your way across into, it sort of thins out around here, and actually that looks familiar. You sort of set up a belay behind these trees, and you climb this face up into this next little tree line, and this, I believe, is Traverse of the Gods. I think. Which is like, is that a piece of gear? No, it's a stump. This is like the most memorable route or pitch I think I've ever climbed. It's hard, it's weird looking at it from the ground, but it looks pretty accurate. So it's actually two pitches. One is sort of this seam, and the angle of it is really deceiving because you can only see this one little section of cliff above you, and then just the ramp itself below you, and then you can't see any of the wall. It just is sky, and you're sort of in this notch, and you're actually going around a corner as you go, so you can't see left or right, only like the small little piece of rock that you're on. And then it follows this seam line until you end up joining with the Black Dike here. And then this one I know for sure, this is where we ended up. And then this is like, kind of climbs like a sport climbing pitch. You can see all the blocky holds and everything. And that's all just on bolts.
Shoot. I think I ran out of tape, or is it almost done?
No, I think it's still gone. But anyway, after that, it goes up a bit to the southmost peak. And I think it goes up and left, but you can't really see from this angle beyond that. There you go. It's so high. But this is, I'm pretty sure it's called Superfly. It's a V4. That starts on those little rails. You can see there's the big guy here.
Oh, that looks cool.
And then this big Waco. Pull up into a high foot and go back. We're almost there.
This is not the giant boulder?
No.
What? This is a what?
And
Like this? To what point?
this, yeah, we did all of it.
Where would the end point
This
be?
is like the highball that I did.
Yeah.
That feels nice though. Do you end at that little point right there?
Probably bumps out.
Look. And you're calling that a zero? Crash time.
Oh yeah, stash pad. This is the one highball I do remember doing. This is the
Oh my god.
one we did without pads.
What? Oh,
There's
okay.
holds if you look close.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Kind of up the section that's missing the moss.
Yeah.
And then this slab, there's pictures of Nathan Chow and I working this like barrette thing.
Like our
No, on the left. The smaller boulder to the left.
Oh. There's some jelly mushrooms to us and student.
Jellies.
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 Look at the jellies.
On the tree?
Yes. They're big.
Oh, weird. Oh.
Ooh.
Cool. That's one side of it, yeah.
That's really big.
Holy crap. I see it in the distance.
What are those mushrooms?
Where?
On that side of the log here.
Um,
No, here. No, wrong log. Fallen log. Right side.
yeah. I don't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh. No idea.
I maybe didn't pick the easiest path, but it's hard to see where they start and stop.
It's a big boulder.
Don't go this way, Kristen.
Yeah, I agreed.
No, I said don't go this way.
Oh, really?
Well, you could, I guess. It's going to be a little bit dicey here. Wow.
This here is a beautiful route that I really want project one day. It's called Permanent Waves.
Look at this fun thing.
That's pretty funny.
This just looks like so much fun. I want to do this route so bad one day.
Huh. Yeah, that is pretty cool. Whoa, look at how that tree is just folded into that rock.
You see it really cool from this angle.
Yeah. It's like
those like sloping features kind of to the left of the bolt line. I'm actually not sure where you're supposed to start it from. If you're supposed to start on the tree, I think you are. Yeah, you are supposed to start on the tree.
Can you take a picture of me from down here?
See, there's actually
Up here on these roots?
over the tree.
You come down here and I'll go up here on these roots and take a picture.
Okay. Whoa, oh, slipped. So much for that footage.
This is basically inside the cactus.
Oh my god.
So this is Dreamcatcher, which is like maybe the most famous route in Canada. It was a really groundbreaking route at the time. Not that it's that old, I think it's 2000, I want to say like 2006 or 7 or something like that.
That's a beautiful route.
I wonder if I've seen this before.
You've probably seen videos of it. So it's a Christian armor route. There's like videos of it on YouTube. A bunch of people did it recently. Sean McCall did it a while ago.
Who did?
A couple people did it in the past like 2 years, but up until then, over like 10 years, it only saw 2 or 3 ascents. And now it's been done more like 7 or 8 times.
It's very challenging.
It's pretty nuts. You can see that basalt dike through it. And we can actually get up, I forget which way it's easier, but we can actually get up
Cool. Let's go this way. Yeah.
No, probably the other way. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's like a cool way though.
Oh, you can take a look, but it
Alright.
closes off.